Back to the main stage at Event Tech Live. Before I introduce our next panel, a little bit of housekeeping. I want to say thank you to our headline sponsor, Choose to Rent. Without them, we couldn't do sessions and stages like this. I see some of you have your headphones on already. If it gets a little bit too noisy, you might hear a bit more clearly. I'm getting some like funny faces, maybe a little bit. Okay, yeah. Also, you can tune in on different languages with Interpretify. So you can watch the live transcription there or scan that QR code and you can tune in German, French, English, and Spanish. And also, if you have any questions for the team throughout the session, there's a QR code on that screen, or go to pigeonhole.at and enter the code ETL 2025, and the team will see the questions as they come up live during the session. So without further ado, Nathan, I'm going to hand over to you in your session.
Thank you very much, and thank you everyone for joining us today. So yeah, we're looking at real-time AI and the impact it can have on events. And before we get going, I'm just curious for everyone here, has anyone used a AI tool or software on one of your events to date? Show of hands. 2? 3? Anyone thinking about it or curious to learn more and trying to think about their events in 2026 and maybe how AI can help? Good. Well, hopefully we can help out with that a little bit today, answer some questions. As I mentioned, we're going to be talking about real-time AI and the impact. I'm excited today, joined by Anoop Mohan, the co-founder and CEO of Premagic, and Anaf Malapudi, the Growth and Partnerships Director at Snapsight. Director, we'll give you a director title. Anaf, I'm going to come to you first. Just a quick little elevator pitch on who you are and what do you do?
Hi. Hello. Thanks Nathan for having me here. Hi guys, I'm Anoop Mohan, the founder and CEO of Premagic. So we are an AI-powered event tech platform designed to boost organic event marketing. So when I say organic event marketing, we let your attendees convert to event marketers by giving them personalized contents from pre-event, during event, and post-event. And we ensure they share this content on social media, which amplifies the organic event reach of any sort of events. It can be trade shows, conference, or that's it. So that's what I do, and that's me. Yeah, thanks, Nathan.
Nice to be here. My name is Anant, and I represent the company Snapsight AI. So in short, we have been, in the past couple of years, enabled more than 10,000 organizers to understand AI and also enable and implement AI in a format of real-time AI at their events and multiple conferences, meetings. And our technology is the world's first AI content summarization tool for events. So it summarizes the events where attendees could not come up to the sessions or managing multiple things at an event. And also post-event, there is a lot of nurture touch points that the organizers can create using Snapsight. So apart from that, translation is an inbuilt feature so that it also reaches the accessibility aspect of any event as well. So good to be here.
Yeah, and today we're going to do a little bit part panel, part discussion. Do throw your questions in. We'll take those at the end, but we'll also do a little bit of show and tell so you can see what both of these products do. I think the right place to start a conversation today, though, is really thinking about personalization and how AI can have an impact on personalization and the experience and making that more relevant to event attendees. And I'm just curious from both of you to kick things off. Why is personalization becoming more important for event planners, and how do you see the role of AI and the products that you both work for really playing a role in that?
Okay, yeah. So Nathan, you're absolutely right. I mean, personalization is becoming more mission critical for event organizers nowadays, because today the attendees expect more like instant and relevant experiences than the generic ones which we are usually thrown to them, right? So at Premagic, we look at personalization as something which happens at the moment, not like before or during the event. I know most event tools focus on personalizing the registration or post-event communications, but I think what happens at the moment or during the event is where AI can create real impact or magic. For example, in Premagic, just take the case of photos, right? There are photographers taking photos of all yours, right? I mean, when you go to event, the photographers will take your photos. But will you ever get your photos from the event which you have attended? It's tough, right? It's very tough. even if you get the photos, it'll be too late, like maybe a week later or like 5 days later, but then the buzz is over, right? So we help the attendees get their own photos from the event based on AI and face recognition. And we ensure you get your photos with a personalized content matching your LinkedIn profile, and we give you an instant packet which is ready to share on your social. And this is the kind of personalization we do with respect to photos, right? And we ensure, like, when that happens, we help organizers turn these attendees into brand advocates instantaneously, right? Like, because you give feel to the attendee that they're seen and they're valued, right? So these are the things which you get when you have personalization and AI working together, right? So in short side, I think AI, so personalization powered with AI isn't just about relevance anymore. It's more about the real-time emotional connect that happens while the experience is still live. Yeah.
So I would say that it's been around 2 years where we have properly deployed AI in more than 700 events. And what we understood is that the event organizer, and I have to cater to the audience that is here, is that the event organizer does not have the time or the energy or the resources to absorb every aspect of AI to deploy a personalized experience for everyone. So we have personalization, especially in the event industry, is about simplification. So creating a simplified workflow for the organizer makes it easier for them to scale personalization in that way. So I'll give you an example that these sessions that are happening across the room today, all of the sessions are some way or the other relevant to each audience, but specifically there is a personalized element relevant for you. So there might be an operations executive who is looking at understanding more about the event operations. There might be a content and a marketer who's looking at understanding the AI implication about content itself. So in the same content, there can be insights that can be personalized for both of them. So using AI and simplified AI, you can generate the personalized content for both of the type of audience, and without doing it with high-level resources or machines or even multiple manpower deployments. It can be done very simply. So that's been the journey for us. And that has been the reason that it's been accepted by event industry organizers of different scales, the largest of conferences and the smallest of the meetings as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I think something personalization brings is the ability to kind of create that instant engagement, that instant recognition, the ability for events to provide value and feedback to attendees, sponsors, speakers, whoever it may be, a lot quicker without having to really think about it, right? Event planners they're stretched, right? They're very busy, they've got 101 things they're thinking about, and when the event ends, if we can remove some of the friction to delivering more value with AI tools like yourselves, I think that's really important and really exciting. And you mentioned that, ability to get people their photos instantly and what that can do. And have you seen positive reaction? What kind of examples have you got where you've seen that create value or create more traction for the event and the attendees afterwards? Have you got anything you can kind of share there?
Yeah, sure. So the first and instant reaction is wow. Nobody expects their event photos to get in their mobile or email instantaneously, right? So that wow factor or aha moment is something which I've always noticed when people get their photos in real time, right? But more than that, like I said, it's not just getting the photos. We give them a personalized content which is relevant to the event, clubbed with the branding of the sponsor, with the messaging from the organizer. So it's ready to share on social, right? So usually people, even if they get the photos, you have to think, okay, what are the content I have to put? Okay, I need to think a lot what to do. Is this right or not? And all these sort of things. But we provide all these things as a packet. So what happens is there will be a AGC, attendee generated content explosion, which is going to happen, right? I've noticed more than the attendees, the event organizers coming back to me saying that, okay, we have found almost 50% more increment in the attendee generated content and organic reach or post-event engagement when this tool is there, when people get the photos in real time. See, forget all those sort of things. If a photographer is deployed and if the photos are being taken, what's the use if these photos are not distributed? Right? It's not just to sit at it's not meant to sit in a Google Drive or a hard disk, which is not meant to distribute it anymore. So we help that to distribute, get the best moments, like for example, an attendee speaking to an important VIP or some favorite people. Okay, so you get those pictures without bothering your colleague to take photo or selfie, all these sort of things, right? So that aha moment to the attendee and the ROI for the event organizer, that's the response I've actually got. Yeah.
And does the event organizer get all the photos, but obviously me as the attendee, I just get the ones that I'm in? Is that how the kind of product works?
Exactly, yeah. So what happens is, like even at the time of registration or maybe post that, you can scan a QR code and you can register with a selfie of yours, or you upload a photo of yours, right? So what happens is the AI will find or take that photo and take that as a sample and search for your face from the total event photos. It groups those photos and sends it to you as a gallery, along with the content and hashtag, which can be shared on social media. So that's how it works. Yeah.
And Anaf, coming to you, you sort of mentioned as well around impact and creating that during or just after the event. And I'm curious, how are you doing that, and what kind of value are you delivering, and how are you seeing your customers use that and the ROI they might be seeing there?
Yeah, so we right now, not only every event organizer is dealing with a crazy level of dip in attention. So everyone is always concentrating on something else. They're always on the phone, and if the organizers' expectations are also skyrocketed, because the expectation is that to keep the audience attention to a particular programming that they create. So we are able to give AI-generated summaries and key takeaways and visualizations of the discussions which are happening. And given that we also understand that the phone is going to be the second hand the entire time, if they are going to use that phone to get and retain that content which is coming out from the sessions, from the programming, that makes it very impactful, and that's the instant gratification we're able to give to the audience. And business of events are multiple industries, right? Healthcare, tech, finance, and much more. Every event has a different kind of depth in the content. So if you're able to generate that insights and use the content itself to give that instant impact to that audience, that will be the best situation for an organizer for sure.
I think just a quick question to both of you, because I feel like event organizers, probably using a lot of different tools, a lot of different softwares. I hear that a lot, like Guidebook. I'm not going to talk about Guidebook, but people are always sort of saying, we're using so many different tools now. But I'm just curious for everyone here, especially how easy is it to pick up and start using both of your tools? I think that's a really important thing for everyone to know, is that simplicity, right? It's not going to be another complicated system or software. If I came to you and I wanted to use it on the next event, what does that look like? We just get a little bit of a feel of how that partnership might begin.
So we've made it very plug and play, because we have to cater to the audience, especially when the format of the events can be as small as 20 people to 2,000. So it has a very simple interface. You don't need to double down on any hardware. We made it very simple that any existing AV can plug into this, and then the AI works on its own, and you can configure it on your own pace. There is no need to have everything in that. You can just leave the languages if you have an English-speaking audience, so you don't need translation, you can keep it by. And then again with the outcomes as well. So if you need post-event content, you do it on your own. If you don't need it, you keep it in real time and then close it. So you buy as you need, but not as a full-fledged subscription which is overwhelming for you, as we've seen in the past decade.
Yeah. So how many of you guys run events here, like event organizers or event planners? Okay, yeah. So you might be aware of APIs, right? Thanks to APIs. So we actually provide APIs to most of the common registration platforms like Cvent and you name it, okay? So it's very easy to just plug and play, because anyway you have to register with your name, email, and phone number if you want to attend, right? We just wanted a selfie to upload, right? Like a photo or a selfie of yours. So there's a lot of things we can. First is this photo which we get, right? We also partner with another companies which helps the check-in process very easy, right? Just like in an airport, you go, you just do a face scan and you get enter, right? You don't need to scan the QR code, the multiple things and all. The face is your ID, right? So you can just enter without any restriction. So that's why we just provide the API, just a plug and play like Anand discussed, and it's very easy to integrate. And when it comes to photos, you can give access to your photographers. They can just dump the entire photos to our platform. the AI will take the rest of the duty. Yeah.
No, it's great. And we spoke about content a little bit. Obviously photos and session feedback and summarizing sessions and having access to that. And obviously that's in the moment content, and that's really useful for event planners. But I'm curious as well, like on that content perspective, and I guess turning people into content marketers. You've talked about attendee generated content and all that exciting stuff. Like, how do you see in the moment content going that step further? Like for event planners, in the moment's great, like creating that buzz, but there's the next event. How do you kind of work or hope that event planners will use your tools to sort of think further forward than that and create a content strategy, or think about how they can extend the life of the content that they're creating on site during the event?
So I can quote an example of one of the largest partners we have is IMEX. So IMEX is a two-edition event which happens a couple of times in different geographies. And they have a very lean team doing a great event as well, but they do have a very lean team that they need to depend on. So what AGC Anup had mentioned that Snapsight is able to deliver is that one, there is real-time content, which is the summaries and the takeaways, but the next level is the white papers, the blogs, the articles, the executive summaries, the track-wise discussions, and double down on speaker quotes. All of that are different types of assets that can be created and generated. So these work as active nurture touch points for any event as well. So if this event is completed, just after this, if there's a chain of touch points created, then you are interested and inclined towards registering it again for the next edition as well. For someone who has one event a quarter, you would want to repeat connect with the audience again so that you retain 20-30% of the same audience to the same edition of the next quarter. So that makes the best advantage, and the speed at which we deliver it, and also the amount of muscle that you need to just deliver it is very lightweight. That's been the story.
Yeah. So in my case, I can actually quote an example of one of the massive event which happens in Middle East called GITEX. Almost 2,000 attendees attend every year for that, right? So, so for GITEX, they really care about retention, bringing the people back again, right? So just seeing a simple message that, okay, GITEX is live again, register, where it says, this is the poster or the advocacy banner which you've created last year. These are some of the best photos you've got or you interacted with your colleagues and all. So just imagine like a collage which is happening with all these sort of things, and you just send a registration link again to these people. So it's just like recollecting the past memories, the things which I've done at the previous event, and then asking me to register again for this event, right? So this is what the power of memories and the data, the content which you have done before. Like, so like I just forgot to mention, basically, like Premagic is not just about photos. We also take care of the AI-driven advocacy banners and avatars. Like, for example, I didn't like my photos from this event. I can always create an avatar of me, right? I just need to take a selfie, and I can create an avatar of me. And it can be blended with my advocacy banner, saying that I'm a superhero, I'm attending ETL, right? So these kind of funny things can be done. And because this data is there, like next year in ETL, Adam can actually like collate all these sort of things, and I will do the task and do a personalized message to Nathan and saying that these are the fun moments you had at the award session, all these sort of things. So it's all about personalization and giving the right content the next year to ensure the retention, bringing back the people you already acquired, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Making the future marketer's life a little bit easier with the content. Yeah. And I know, we sort of said it's part panel, part show and tell, and I see some questions coming in, and we're going to get to those. But I know I think like it'd be good if we could just visualize a little bit of what both of you have. I know you've got a couple of slides you want to show this in real time. I don't know.
I think your Mac got locked.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me do it.
Oh, we're not on the screen.
Yeah, you have to switch on.
Ah, here we go.
So this would be a good demonstration of how real-time AI can work in the content summary-wise. So you see the QR code on stage. So whatever discussion has been happening for this session, so you can just scan your QR code and see what the content has been summarized in the context of the summaries and the visualization as well. So this has been the discussion that had happened. So we have discussed about audience engagement, language, event technology, and much more. So just an example of what was discussed here is that this accessible event is accessible is something that was discussed, that was announced right in the beginning, that Interprefy is using used in here, and also you can listen and hear into the. So right in the beginning itself, you could see that the session has been started summarizing, and then is applicable. So just let me refresh. So you can see this has been the updated version. In the last 20 minutes, these are the discussions that had happened. So the content insights that I spoke about, this is me delivering this, combating attention deficit in events. As I spoke literally 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes back, the speaker quote is right there. So this is the real-time impact that anybody can give. And think about it, I'm no doctor, but think about if I was a doctor and I was giving something more powerful as content to, let's say, a fellow healthcare professional listening, that would be some impactful message that would be there. And you would have depth understanding that you would have the speaker quote. That means you would know that this person has delivered this. So there is more trust on the content as well, and there is something more connection developed from the audience and the speaker as well. So this is one way to go for it. And so you'd want to showcase?
Yeah. So this was the AGC explosion, what I was talking about. When people get the picture in real time, your event social media feed will just explode with the organic content from your attendees, right? Like, because see, when you do an event, it's always better if your attendees start talking about it rather than you saying that, okay, I had this event, and posting some marketing shots on your channels or like handles. This is more organic and authentic because people trust this nowadays. Okay, so this is what I was talking about, the kind of the impression or the what do you say, the behavior, yeah. So yeah, I can control it. Now I want you guys to actually scan this QR code if you really want to get your photos from this event. It's real time, trust me, because if the photographer has captured your photos, you will get it on your mobile as a notification in WhatsApp and email. You just need to provide your name, email, the WhatsApp number, and a selfie of yours. This is all you need to do, okay? And when the photos are there, you will get it. Okay, so along with that, like I said, we try to convert an attendee into an event marketer by giving the photos. We push them to share on social media. Before the event, we make them create a social media banner or poster saying your presence in this event. And like I said, if you don't like your photos, you can always create an avatar version of yourself, and all these things can be shared on the social, right? So yeah, so this is again how the product works, which again can be integrated with the registration. You don't need the QR code and anything. You can always integrate with the registration and complete the process. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the thing I love about both of these, and maybe the irony of...
Can I just...
Oh, sorry.
I think you might have already got your photos. If you can just quickly just show the pictures to
Oh, you want me to share my photos?
Yeah, I think you
I have a few to share the family as well, so yeah, that could be.
Here we go.
Yeah, you might have got a notification.
I know. I'm now relying heavily on
Excel
the Wi-Fi.
Okay, yeah, I think...
Yes, here we go.
Yeah.
It looks like this.
Yeah.
Sorry if you can't see, I still have a very small phone. I know most people have the bigger iPhones now. But
you're living longer.
I'm tied to keeping it small for as long as possible in the phone world.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say is one of the things I love about both of these tools and the irony of new technology is hopefully it kind of keeps us all off our technology at the event, whether it's sessions, summarization, you know, if people are in sessions taking notes, getting distracted by Slack, email, whatever that's coming in. This helps us shut our laptops, be present, be in the room, and the same with the photos. If I don't have to rely on getting lots of photos at the event because I know that I'm basically going to get sent them straight away afterwards, I think that's really great, right? Because events are about people meeting people and connecting with one another, and sometimes I think it's hard to not get distracted by the technology that's in front of us. Final question from me, and I think an important one in my mind before we've got a few questions coming in here. It's really about like monetization and ROI. I think it's a lot easier to introduce a new tool or software or implement something new if we can demonstrate to our bosses, our budget holders, can we monetize this? If not today, like down the line, or can we create more ROI? Obviously, the content piece is great, but you know, depending on who holds the purse strings, monetization definitely helps. Is that something that you're doing today? Is it something that you're seeing some of your customers do? Yeah, I'm curious to hear, like, have you got any good examples there?
So yeah, we have some fantastic case studies which explains this photo distribution part is not just about getting the photos. So like for example,
I don't think it's on the screen. Sorry.
Yeah, please on the screen.
Yeah, it's on.
Okay. So I don't know how many of you got this pictures of yours, but if you check, this is the format where you have a provision to provide the sponsored branding at 4 different points. Like for example, the banner you can provide a branding, and on each photo you can put a watermark of your sponsor, and you can insert a video in between the photos, okay? And at the footer you have a logo. All this will direct to the sponsor website or the landing page, right? So we have a case study where this event called Middle East Event Show technically introduced the photo distribution as a new sponsored deliverable. If you are known to the trade shows, these are the typical, the slide looks like, where each and everything is a selling point, right? Like the badge lanyard and all these sort of things. So this year they've introduced AI event galleries as one sponsored deliverable, and they sold it for $8,000 to a company called VenueWise. Okay, so it's not just about photo distribution or convenience anymore. So it's like introducing a new sponsored deliverable and getting an extra revenue. Okay, so it's all, I would say like it's more about the revenue option, right? And think about the life cycle. Like imagine the badge lanyard and all these sort of things. Just like maybe a week, right? Okay. But this is like, it stays for almost a year. Like whenever I want to check my photos from the ETL, I can always come back to this link and see these things, right? So the life cycle is also great. And not only that, like, so this was the thing, like VenueWise was the company who took the sponsorship, and we also provide the metrics, like how many impressions they've got. Again, not something which you can't count if you invest in a sponsor lanyard or something like that, right? So we can see the total gallery view, the photos, advocates, all these sort of things. And most importantly, the organic reach. Like, see, imagine every attendee sharing the content, and you have a sponsor logo on that. Trust me, the sponsor will love it, and they pay for it. Yeah.
Showcase one of an example of what. Let me showcase what an example of impactful, and especially at the event monetization is possible. Is that every asset is possible from different formats of assets are possible from the summaries which happen. So after the sessions are completed, let's say there are multiple types of events that happen. Let's take an example of associations. So an association who conducted a mid-sized event with around 50, 60 sessions, they were able to monetize close to for an amount of just $80 per piece, and they had an 18,000 member association. So in that, there were only 400 immediate downloads, which were the early bird one, which had a fee of $80, but the downloads were 300 in just 7 weeks. And then that's about it, 40,000 of immediate instant post-event. $40,000 was the instant outcome or the post-event revenue from just this one channel. So this would be a good piece, I would say, not bad, to come up with this kind of amount after the event is completed as well, using the session content itself. This is an example I can show it, and there are multiple formats of it. So different industries use it different ways. Lead magnets also is one way to build pipeline for your organization after the event is completed. That was a big win for anyone. So that is also one way to monetize this.
Amazing, thank you. Well, I know we've got a couple of audience questions, and I just want to take those. They're kind of all linked in some way, but to both of you, what's the largest scale event that you've implemented your tool at, and how do you manage, lag and keeping low latency? Do you see any issues with that?
You want to show us?
No, it's fine. I mean, for me, I think I told you already, like there's one of the largest tech event in the world called GITEX, where almost 200,000 attendees come every year. And it's owned by Dubai World Trade Center, okay? So what I've seen is like I think it's an interesting story. In 2022, we were just an exhibitor at the GITEX Global, and we were exhibiting our product. It was just photo distribution back then. They noticed it, and in 2023, they made us the official media partner for photo distribution because they liked it. And in 2024, we secured a contract for photo distribution. And in 2025, they expanded the contract by taking the advocacy banners from us, and even the avatars, right? So that's one of the things which I always boast about when I get an opportunity. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, so it's been more than a few examples that the scale of it, because our tech really works very well when the content is explosive. So much of content comes up. So we had done it, for example, Tech Week Singapore was one of the largest. That is 30,000 attendees, 20 different showrooms, 400 exhibitors happening all in 2 days. So that kind of deployment is also very, very easy and simple because the AAV connection is directly done, and then deployment is real time. Just through one QR code, you get access to 300 plus sessions. And a couple of others would be Identity Burst. That's a cybersecurity event, like 35,000 developers show up there. And they have complex technical content, but all of it through just one single QR code or an event app. That's about it.
Okay, great. And there's another question, or I think two questions, again, similarly linked. Anoop, I'm going to start with you because it's facial recognition. This one comes up a lot around like data privacy, GDPR. Can't avoid that question, I'm afraid. Yeah, how do you address security concerns with collecting so much personal information?
Sure. So that's what I think the data residency law, GDPR, ISO, this answers the questions, in fact, right? So it's again, like when it comes to GDPR, it's all about like we ask consent of the user whether you wanted to use the service or not. Like, so for example, when you scan this QR code, it always asks, do you want to use it or not, right? That's a basic of GDPR. So if you're not interested, you can always opt out, right? Now let's say you accidentally signed up for all these sort of things and you don't want your data to be there, you can always raise a request to delete the data, which we will do, right? So that's the answer for it, in short. And I would say like, it's an answer anyone can tell, but just check our clientele like Dubai World Trade Center and a couple of the good clients, whether like College Times or in the US, you can also, these are all using. So what I understood is like the convenience, right? Like where you get your interesting photos from the event, and it's just a public event, right? You're not hiding anything, right? So it's just, you're getting that photos and all, but obviously like these laws are all important, but we do comply the GDPR, data privacy law, the data residency law and those sort of things, and we make the best experience out of it. Yeah.
I think that question can be a bit twisted for my benefit as well, where data privacy with regards to content. So we have a fully democratic experience. So we are 100% GDPR compliant, and I think in the AI space, we are the only SOC 2 certified organization doing AI summaries for sure. And the aspect of compliance comes into play when there is opt-in, but we do not ask any information. There's no information shared from the attendee needed for us to deliver something for them. So we are using the content from the organizer, because the organizer is buying this and they are going to lead it. So it is all there. So unless until you need personalized insights, that is when you fill in the details that is needed, but that's about it. Apart from that, it is just used through the QR code, through the Chrome, and there's no app download needed.
Amazing. Is it possible to pull up the full question list a second? Just want to make sure we have tackled everything. Does anyone have any further questions? I'm happy to just come and pass you the mic if you haven't got the software, if anyone wanted to. If not, we can say thank you very much. Oh, so who raised their hand? Oh, okay, that's good. Full salam. Anyway, so with that, we can just say thank you very much for joining us today. If you do want to ask any further questions, both our speakers will be here.
You can always find us at the right side.
Just in the MESA section. So yeah, do come and ask any questions, but appreciate you all coming in and joining us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Bye. Thanks, Nathan. Thanks, Anand.
Thank you.